Hey, so this is part 2 on working on the lifters on this 92 W124 300E. And I'm going to pull the spark plugs out and crank the engine by hand to get, I want to feel really how loose these are. And I guess I've been told you got to get this camshaft at the bottom of the lobe so it's not under all this pressure. So I had to remove the fan shroud, which is always a fun experience. I mean, it's not bad, but it's just got to get it to clear this fan. And then I got the crank bolt is way down there. Fan's in the way, so I gotta take the fan off again. Can't tell you how many times I've had this fan off in the last 4 or 5 months. So I've got my little tool holding this one pulley, and then let's see. Okay, let's see if I can get a better shot like this. It's an 8mm, so that's tightened and that's unloosened. So I'm telling you, it's just it's definitely a struggle. It's not hard work, but it's just irritating. It seems like everything I do I have to redo over again for some weird reason. I don't know. So I got that pretty much. I had put some Loctite glue on this bolt, which definitely, oh my God, I'm gonna take some pliers, like some needle nose pliers, and use something like this. And then another fun fact. In my last videos of rehabbing this cooling system on this car, I put a new radiator in. And now the new radiator developed a leak, I think maybe about 2.5, 3 months later. It's a bare radiator. Don't buy these. It's a male bear, which are German, they're German names, but it says it was made in South Africa, so, there's a sticker on it. They don't tell you that when you're buying the part. It's OEM, original manufacturer equipment. So I checked all the hoses and everything's tight. There's no leaking around there, and it's just a drip. And it's right at the bottom of the radiator on the driver's side here, right where the plastic tank is crimped onto the core itself. It's leaking right there. So I bought it at Auto House AZ in Arizona. I forget what it was, like $200. And so I told them, I said, hey, yeah, I got to return this thing. It's been, like 3 months. And they said, okay, yeah, just send it to us. It's going to cost you $48 to ship it back to us. So I got to pay for the shipping back because they only have a 30-day return window. Some sites will have 90 days. Look for that when you buy stuff. Because, so they'll give me $150 back. I said, screw it. I'm going to buy a Nissan's radiator. I put one in my Kia van about 5 years ago, and it's fine. And other people put them on these cars. But it's any time now, it seems like I buy a part online, there's a 50-50 chance that it's no good. I bought a Bosch radiator. I think it was Rock Auto. Oh, no, not radiator. Alternator for this SL. It was defective. Brand new. Defective. I had to return it. They sent me another one and it works. It's still on there. I think when I bought one of these coolant temperature sensors for this, or no, it was a thermostat, FCP Euro, supposed to open at 87 degrees Celsius. It was like 95 degrees Celsius before it opened, so I returned it. So I keep getting stuff like that, you know, so it's kind of a crapshoot on these parts. I guess maybe the dealer is probably the best way to go if you can afford it, but I can't, because I know for these lifters, it's going to be a small fortune, probably $50 a piece times 12. Okay, so so awkward. There's not much room in here. I can do it by hand. I need some monkey hands. Dang. Maybe left-handed. Oh my gosh. It's turning a little bit, but it's one of those really hard. Oh man, that Loctite stuff does work. So I ordered lifters on a site called eEuro parts. E and then another E Euro parts. And it's kind of been a fiasco for that too. They're located in Tennessee. So I ordered a new one of these hoses, and in 12 lifters, about $100 and something. So I got an email the other day. It says your parts, you know, they're shipped and all that. So I click on the tracking number on both parts, and it shows they've been delivered to another state last August. And I ordered them in November. So I call them up. I go, you know what's going on? Oh yeah, the post office is recycling tracking numbers because they ran out of tracking numbers. Don't worry, your parts are on the way. I'm still waiting. I have no idea if I got scammed or the parts will show up. I called yesterday again. I go, are you guys scamming me? Oh, no. No, it's the post office. Everybody's having the same problem. So I tried to call the post office to see, is this, you know, the fraud bureau? No response from them. I think it's just really hard to get hold of people anymore nowadays. Okay, so let's try this. Come on, baby. Oh my God, it's so... Anyways, I'll get it off. But this is a tool right here. If I can even get it out anymore. Yeah, there it is. Something like that. You could use a good stiff piece of wire, coat hanger or something. Coat hanger might not be strong enough, but this is like, I don't know, spring steel or something. Ugh. And then there's a hole in the, there's a slot right in between down in here. You gotta get a flashlight. You'll see two lines. Just stick this right in those two lines and push forward, and then turn the crank with your Allen, or turn the fan until that hole lines up, and you'll feel it catch, and then you can hold it with this and then unloose it with the Allen. Okay, I'm gonna put the phone down. Finally got that bolt and the fan off. And this is, I think it's supposed to be like a 22 millimeter, but that fits on the crankshaft. Yeah, see, it fits on the crankshaft. So now I'm just going to pull all the plugs. Get this thing to top dead center. There's a mark somewhere down in here. And observe this camshaft. Kind of hard to tell, I guess. At least when I replace these lifters. Now, a lot of people say don't change your lifters. Do a flush the engine out, drain all your oil, put in transmission fluid, like 5 quarts of transmission fluid, and run the engine like that for, I don't know, half hour or something. Then drain it, and then put your oil back on. That'll clean all the gunk in the engine. I mean, it's not a real dirty engine. Look at it. And, you know. But I'm just kind of afraid to do that because I've had problems in the past where I had a Packard, 1956 Packard, that I decided to do something like that, but it was just an engine flush in it. And it loosened all the gunk in the engine and everything, but a lot of the gunk went through passageways and stuff, and especially it went to the crankshaft bearings and loosened them. All the junk was holding all those bearing caps, or those bearing, soft metal. And so I had to replace all those. But then, other people have said, yeah, you got to be careful, because if it's going to loosen all this junk that's stuck to the walls of the engine, that stuff can go through certain passageways and clog them up. It's a kind of a risky proposition. I'm sure it works, but I'm just afraid. It's not my car. This is my son's car. I don't want to have to deal with that. And when you do those flushes, you change the filter maybe a couple times during the process for it to catch all that crap. But this, and then they also said change the oil to a lighter fluid. Right now it's a 1040, and I mean, I could go down to 5, but 10 years of having this car, it's always been the same type of oil, never had issues. So some people say, yeah, I went through this whole thing you're going through. I just replaced all the lifters and it solved the problem. So I guess that's what I'm going to do. It's not too expensive, a little over $100 and your time. Okay, so now I'm going to pull all the plugs out. For a second. Okay, I got the spark plugs out except one. This number 1 cylinder thing backed up all the way out, but it wouldn't completely unscrew. And I said, just my luck, this thing will break in half on me. I mean, it was like time to get a crowbar out or a breaker bar to loosen it. It was stupid for a spark plug. But the other spark plugs look good, and it looks like they put some kind of a sealant on the threads, and I think that's what might be hanging this thing up. I even sprayed WD-40 in there and everything. Anyways, I'm not even going to mess with it. The reason I took them out is so it's easier for me to turn. Now, we'll observe these, let's see, turn. Wow. So there's a lobe right there, right here. The top of the lobe is over here, so now it's, ouch, gosh darn it. So you want it supposedly atop that center. I'm not sure why, but you want it somewhere around like that, where both of these, the lobe is not up. So it's, it's releasing the tension on the springs. They're not all compressed like that one there. It's all compressed. And I guess if you went to unloosen these 4 bolts, that hold each of these rockers on, with all that tension, it would just like really come off in a weird way, maybe. Yeah. So, look how loose that is. God, how the hell did it get so loose? You know? I don't know if they're supposed to be that loose or, if that's normal or not, but I was watching another guy on YouTube doing this, and okay, let's get the next set. Okay, there's the lobe. Where is it? Right there. I see that thing turning. Okay, now it's going off the lobes. Come on, baby. Yeah, like they're about there. So now, yeah, this one. See, this one's tight. They're both off the lobes. I call them lobes. I still have to work on my SL and figure out why there's a fuel leak by the fuel pumps. That's my next job. Those are pretty tight. I mean, compared to that one, the noise seems to like come from over around here. It's not bad. Okay. Yeah, first video on this, I noticed something that looked like scoring there, but I don't see it anymore, so it was a optical illusion. Yeah, some of these. Look at that. It's like, that one's off. This one's on the lobe, so it's gonna be real tight. This one. That one. Nope. Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do if I ever get the lifters. I'm gonna get this so that they're off the high point on the lobe. I guess they call it the heel of the cam or whatever you call it. But yeah, that sucker, man, you heard it. Anyway, so it's now it's a Saturday in December, 4th or 5th. It shows that the lifters were shipped on the 30th of November. And the tracking numbers show they've been delivered to Florida last August. And then another tracking number for the rubber part showed that it was delivered in Artesia August of 2021. And ordered it in November. So crazy. So we'll see. Hopefully, I did research it, and people are complaining about the post office recycling tracking numbers. So if you ever come across that, it's just the way it is. Okay, until I get some parts, I'll be back, and we'll replace these and see how it does. If it still has issues with noisy, the cam can wear down too, I guess, a camshaft. So we'll take it from there. I think that will solve the problem because, I got good oil pressure. Got brand new oil in it. The oil was changed in August, I think, yeah. All right, until we meet again.